What's up? This is the weekly trade recap, every single trade I took this week. So let's start off. This is Monday. We had London lows and Asia lows below, and off open, we simply started dumping and dumping, and then we got this huge 1 minute gap, and I entered right here on ES, but it looks the same, down to London lows. Now, this was 1 minute, or well, 2 minutes before the Well, okay, this was 1 minute before the 5 minute candle closes. And why did I take this trade, even though it kind of was not confirmed on the 1 minute? Well, because. Wait, is that way too far? No, it's not. Because we closed right here with this huge bearish candle. We took out this liquidity down here. But then on the next candle, we pushed up and then we instantly pushed down, creating this huge wick on the 5 minute. And remember, it was only 1 minute left until the 5 minute closed. And my thought process was essentially, okay, what do I think is more likely? That 1 minute candle will push all the way up above here, or that the 1 minute candle will continue the bearishness and close lower. And I thought it would close lower, so that's why I took the trade. Now, higher time frame was bullish, but we had these really nice lows right here, and that's what I took on the 1 minute on ES, making me 600 on that day. All right, so moving on to the next day. So this was Monday. Then we have Tuesday, and Tuesday I didn't take anything. It was essentially chop, and I hopped off. I think it was around 10 or something like that. Because yeah, it was pretty much chopping, and if I remember correctly, I only had two targets, which was this low and uh, this high or this high. And this high we were just too close to without confirming any structure, so I didn't take anything on Tuesday. Moving on, Wednesday. So Wednesday, I had this target, I had these lows and this low, but essentially price didn't give me a nice entry that I liked. And so I didn't take anything. Then I saw that we started chopping here, and yeah, I got off. But I wanted to emphasize this trade, which I know some people took, and it was a very clean trade, a nice trade to daily lows. Yeah, but I was already off, so I didn't take it. Moving on. That was Wednesday, right? Yeah. Thursday. Yeah, the data lows. So I took two trades here. The first one being this one with my stop loss above the 5 minute, and essentially treating this as my internal low, which means that would be my break-even point, and I went break-even right when this candle right here, this bullish candle, pushed past this wiki candle's low right here. That's when I went break-even, and I got break-even on that. And then I entered this one right here, which I thought in the moment was a very nice trade to data lows, because usually data lows are taken out fairly quickly. But I now realized that the trade wasn't as optimal as I thought. Why? Because we were in a huge 15-minute gap, as well as higher time frame being very bullish, and that's simply a trade that I should not have taken at all. So yeah, that lost me about $500. So right now up $100 on the week. And moving on from Thursday to Friday, and Friday, there was a super nice trade, which I took this one right here. And so, to be honest, this was a pretty bad break even. I think because I journaled this trade to data lows, and what I journaled was that I failed to go break even right here, but simply the trade wasn't good, and it had nothing really to do with my risk management or going break even. So yeah, either way. And so what I thought going into Friday was, okay, Thursday price stopped me out, and because I failed to go break even, which wasn't the case. It was just a bad trade because we were in a 5 minute gap and the high time frame was bullish and we were not confirming lower yet. So either way, I took this trade. I didn't like the first retrace because it was too shallow. It was a one candle retrace. I didn't like it. I've gotten stopped out too many times on those, so I didn't take it. I waited and we got this very nice candle here. The retrace and then a nice flip, and I took it. Essentially went break even here, and it stopped me out break even. Moving forward, I will not go break even until I think there's no reason for price to go back to my entry, which would have been not even at this candle because that's still too close, but probably somewhere around here in the middle of this candle. Either way, and then Friday I took another break-even trade, which was just a bad trade because I was frustrated that I got stopped out on the first one. It was this trade, and we had news at 10, orange shoulder. Either way, it tapped a 5 minute gap. We got some nice displacement out of it. So I took it and I went break even right on this candle when it was around here. And at the same time, ES, because ES was lagging behind a little bit. So ES just took out this high right here, which NQ already did take on this candle. And so my thought process was that, okay, if we want to go higher or NQ wants to take out this high, then it should be done now. And so I went break even. I got break even on that. But this was a bad trade. I shouldn't have taken that. And this is the trade that I should have taken. So all in all, a pretty clean week. We had some good opportunities. Two really nice trades. And yeah, this was also a very nice trade. So this could have been a potential re-entry for me right here. Essentially longing off the high. But I didn't take it because I don't like to place a trade immediately after I get stopped out or got break even or whatever. And so I waited for the quote unquote next trade idea. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, that was the week. So up about $100 on my alpha, which is not a lot, but it is what it is. I learned a lot of lessons this week, and yeah, this was my trade recap for this week. Essentially, the last full week of 2025. And next week there will only be, I think, 3 trading days, which is Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, or something like that. But yeah, I will check Monday and Tuesday, and that's probably it, I think, for 2025. Either way, 2026 is going to be a banger year. So yeah. So I got a free Discord too, where I sent out my draws. My draws are pretty accurate, if you ask me, but still working on, the trade management. But 2026 is going to be such a banger year. And yeah. Boom. Okay. Peace and out. I'm done. I'm going to end this. See you.